I really am pretty fortunate in that I've had really good experiences, just fun experiences working on a lot of different things. I don't really get very nostalgic for past experiences on movie sets, but there are things that I will look back and go, God, that was really, really fun.
Who are you? I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want. What's that? Time.
Well, I think that when you're working on any kind of anything, really, any movie, you're hanging out with the rest of the cast and the crew and the director and the producers, and everyone's kind of there. And so, you want to have a nice, hopefully, group of people, and everyone enjoys each other's company enough, and it doesn't seem like it's a stressful place to work. And thankfully, these have not been stressful scenarios with which to work in. I mean, and that's really, I think, due in large part to the people that work at Marvel, to Peyton Reed, who is our director, who I think really determines probably the mood on a set more than, directors, I always feel like directors really are the ones that kind of determine whether or not it's a casual, kind of nice place to be. And Peyton's the best. We shot this one in England, which the other two were filmed in Atlanta. This one was in London. It was really cool being in London. And there were also, as a result, many more people that worked on the crew that were locals and hadn't been a part of the other two, and they were great. So the whole experience is really fun, and you want it to be, because it lasts a while. Well, here's the thing. I would work every day, and then I would work out after filming. I'd wake up, train, work, come home, train, and sleep. And I was eating really, really well. So it is a little true where it's like I can train so hard and train like as hard as I could possibly train. And then it's like, all right, this is the extent of this. And then, some other people, it's just a little bit different.
That's great. I love that.
My kids really could care less, but they don't really talk about anything. Like they're much more concerned with their own lives, as it should be. And I don't, when I talk to them, I'm talking about what's going on with them too. So, I think we're trying to keep this stuff as separate as possible from just life. However, sometimes, it isn't completely, it's not, we don't discuss things. I'm now getting ready to have to do some traveling and do some promotion for the film. So it's, we have to figure out schedules, and I'm going to be going here, if I'm going to be working again, if I'm going to be going to London. That's where they get really interested, where if maybe it coincides with some sort of break from school or something where they can go and go to London for a week, or they can, like that. That's really, that's where they're interested.
Hi, I'm Paul Rudd, and you're behind the scenes at my People magazine Sexiest, man. Alive photo shoot.
Well, I did get a lot of emails from friends, and received many insults and jokes, as I would expect, and I appreciated them. And then after that initial, kind of outpouring, it subsided, and as I would expect, and we got back to some, the world kept moving. It didn't affect my life as, in the way maybe that it would have affected some other very sexy men. There wasn't any kind of one thing that anybody did or said. Strange things would, I don't know who sent it, but a mug showed up at my house that just said "Sexiest Man Alive" with the date. I don't know where it came from, and I've never used it.
Captain America.
Mr. Lang?
We have a fantasy football thread, and Chris is one of the teams, and so there was some back and forth. There might even be a couple of sexy men on that football squad. So yeah, there was I think over the text chain, the congratulations and passing of the torch. Absolutely, I said, look, here's the deal, Chris. This comes with a lot of responsibility. If you want to sit down and maybe have we'll probably need to spend the day. It's gonna take hours because there's a lot you have to live up to and there's a lot expected of you. And if you want to have just kind of a real strategy session, just what it's been like and what's required, I'm available. And I gave him a series of days. No, he's never returned one text.
I'm sure he's just busy. He's working.
Absolutely, he's busy. He's the sexiest man alive. There's no days off for that. Career-defining moments. There are a few that kind of come to mind.
What you writing on?
My journal. Write my thoughts in it every day.
Oh, you mean a journal?
Yeah, whatever. Guess I'm not all smart like you.
I think working on the movie Wet Hot American Summer probably was instrumental for me being cast in some other comedies, which was not really my background. Really, I didn't go through Second City. I'm not a comedian, but I think that movie had real credibility within the comedy world, and is probably instrumental in me getting cast in Anchorman, which then kind of snowballed into many other films with Judd Apatow and a lot of the same actors that I've worked with and I'm crazy about. And so I think that was an important film to be cast in and get to do. And I think it was also kind of spoke to my own kind of comedic sensibilities and the things that I liked. And it was new and fresh at the time. It was a weird little movie.
What do you think?
I'm amazed.
That I'm devoting myself so generously to someone else?
No, that you found someone even more clueless than you are to worship you.
Even Clueless, which was the second movie I'd ever done, but it was also new. I think, wow, what an amazing thing to be a part of. And then it came out and people liked it.
Stop it, you're making me blush.
And then after that, I moved to New York and I auditioned for a play called The Last Night of Ballyhoo. And it was the first Broadway play I'd ever done. And it also, I've lived here since the mid-90s in New York. And so the big reason for living in New York and wanting to live here was to do plays. And that was the first one that then also kind of kicked off a couple of decades of just doing theater in New York. And so that one was a really big deal for me.
Who are these people?
I have no idea. I'm just going with it. Wanderlust was really fun because, we all were staying in this small town and the cast was super close and we, hung out on weekends and we're out on a lake and we're filming a movie about a commune. The whole thing was just, it was really fun.
I love you, man. I love you too, bud.
I Love You, Man was really fun. I had really nice memories of that. I don't know. I've had some really great experiences.
The gang is back. Hello. Yay. Could this honestly get any better? Oh, wait.
Well, I do think it could get a little bit better. In what way?
Why?
What do you mean?
I think I might go back to the working experience that I had a couple of days ago where I was working on this show and I'm looking around and I see Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Meryl Streep. And, for somebody like me that's kind of wants to try and do this for a living, to work with them is to truly work with the best. No hyperbole. There's nowhere to go from there. I think in moments it's important we take a step out and really recognize those moments when they're happening. And I had one there where I just took a step back and thought, how did I wind up in this room? And treasure that.